League Round 5 clash between Warrington Wolves and Leeds Rhinos. First of all, we'll start with the two teams. Warrington have two changes from last week's side that was defeated against Wakefield. Jerome Guisset has come into the second row, he's replaced Steve McCurry. And John Roper's come onto the bench, he's replaced Mark Hilton, who has a leg injury. The Leeds Rhinos side, at fullback we have Francis Cummins. On the wings we have Chev Walker and Marcus St-Hilaire. Centres are Richie Blackmore and Keith Senior. Halfbacks are Darryl Powell and Ryan Sheridan. The front row is Darren Fleury, Lee Jackson and Anthony Farrell. And the back three, we see the welcome return at second row of Adrian Morley. He's joined by David Barnhill and Andy Hay. The substitutes for Leeds today are Kevin Sinfield, Dean Lawford, Leroy Rivette and Jamie Matthew. Phil, how do you see today's game going?
Yeah, it's going to be a crucial game for both sides. Leeds having Morley coming back from suspension. That's a big back row there of Morley, Barnhill and Hay. They'll be looking to go power early on and put the pressure on Warrington and make them make the tackles and put the hard work in early on. And then Leeds will be looking to use their centre partnership of Blackmore and Senior to full effect. Blackmore, of course, is his last game before he goes out with New Zealand for the Anzac Day test against Australia, and he'll then return for the Silk Cut Challenge Cup final, which is a little under a fortnight away. So referee Robert Connolly leading the two teams out for what's going to be a crucial game for especially the teams, but indeed both coaches, Dean Lance and Darrell van der Velde, under some pressure.
Well, they are under some pressure. But I'm sure both clubs are sticking by, and they're both a sticky patch both clubs have had. This is for sure a proverbial four-pointer so early in the season. Who'd have thought that these sides, that they'd only be Warrington with a win after 4 rounds of Super League? But it's certainly going to be an intriguing clash. There'll be a tasty battle in the centres between Coa Love and Richie Blackmore. We're trying to get into that New Zealand team for the World Cup, Phil.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Richie in particularly good form this season after last year being devastated by that groin injury, and Keith Senior as well. He's coming into his own in the centres for the Rhinos, growing in confidence of every game that goes by and growing in stature. Young lad as well, Chev Walker, I mentioned for him. Chev on the wing today. He's a centre naturally, but played on the wing last week and was in true spectacular form, putting in some big hits on the St Helens centres. But for that second half, when the players slackened off, it was a good performance from Walker on the defensive side. And now they'll be looking to get back into the swing of things and get the first win on the board, as the Leeds fans cheer Adrian Morley, the Great Britain international, upon his return to the side. And there'll be some big clashes out there, no less, between the Andrew G, the big man for Warrington, and Darren Fleury, the big prop for Leeds. It should certainly add a bit of spice to this game.
It certainly will. A great reaction from both sets of spectators. Low sets of fans that the Wolves and the Rhinos have, and both are eagerly awaiting this clash. Likely to kick off for the Wolves.
And Steve Blakely does that, and it drops to Ryan Sheridan. He feeds David Barnhill, who powers it up just short of the 20-metre line. Good run in there from the second rower. Jackson to Fleury. Fleury powers his way through. Andrew G in there in the tackle, as we mentioned in the build-up there. That's one of the first hits of the game. This is Andy Hay. He slips on the turf and catches a high shot on the way down from Danny Farrar. Richie Blackmore looks, Adrian Morley looks to take his first touch, but knocks on. Little rusty there from Adrian Morley, looking at the player coming into him and not concentrating on catching the ball. So Warrington will have head and feed here. Alan Lang with ball in hand.
Yeah, Morley just took his eye off that ball, and the Wolves with the first opportunity now in the Rhinos half. Penny gets a good play the ball. Nickow, keen for work, offloads to Nutley. The Wolves 20 metres now from the Rhinos line. Guisset, first touch to the ball. He's well met though by Fleury. Langer misses out G, finds Penny. He dummies, he sidesteps one. He can't get through though. The tackle of Francis Cummins. Farrer goes to the short side. Finds Coa Love. Tries to step Senior but can't do so. He's helped out by Blackmore. Langer. Short ball to Blakely. He puts it down and it's been taken by Cummings. He makes a good 15 metres there.
Yeah, you can't show Francis Cummings breaks like that. He would have nearly gone if he'd just got past that last tackler. Likewise, Marcus St-Hilaire. Good tackling in that last set of 6 from Keith Senior. Held the line well and left Langer with very little options. And the ball got knocked on. This is Jackson. He finds Fleary. Fleary bounces off the first tackle of G and over the halfway line. Ian Knott messing around at the play of the ball. Holding down Darren Fleary. Darren Fleary giving a shout to Andrew G just to let him know he saw that shot.
Poor discipline by Warrington. That's been a feature in the opening rounds of Super League. Has been the Wolves' discipline. And it's allowed the Rhinos now to go on the attack in the Wolves 20.
And so Jackson gets the ball. He finds Farrell. Farrell powers his way up to make the 10. And they're on just over the 10-metre line. Leeds within 8 metres of the Warrington line. What can they do here? Jackson fires it out to Barnhill. Barnhill tackled there by Farrer. No real yardage game, but they've moved across the field. Lock on there by Barnhill. Claims that Farrer had a hand in there, fishing it out, but it's a knock on by Barnhill, and Warrington will have head and feet again. Leeds need to complete their sets of 6. That's been a problem all season, and they've not helped themselves so far.
Penny to clear these lines for the Wolves. Goes through Cummings. He has a second try and he gets in then. Gisey tries to run through Powell, but Powell puts a good shot on him. Langer to G. Tries to go through, hey. He's put down with the help of Farrell, but he's lost the ball. It's been ripped. Poor discipline there by the Rhinos. It's going to allow the Wolves, through Steve Blakely, to go on the attack in the Leeds Rhinos half. Rhinos have made a few mistakes early on, Phil.
Yeah, it's all about discipline and completion rates, and the Rhinos handing over possession to Warrington, and they drive it up and trying to get that vital first score.
Yes, both sides look a little bit nervous. There's a lot at stake in this game. Good short ball by G. Penny looks for support, but there's nobody there. Nickow on the short side. Looks for Blakely inside, finds Gisey. He's well met though by Blackmore. I'm sure there's going to be some fireworks down that right-hand side between Nickow and Blackmore. Should be an intriguing battle. Knott looks for support. He offloads to Penny. They can't do so. Morley puts it on the boot. He's back. No, he's lost it as not. But Kolo's back there. The Wolves in possession. A calamity of errors there. Kolo tries to go through Sheridan, but he stands his ground and makes a good tackle with the help of Blackmore. G. Short ball to Nully. Surely that's a high shot off Morley. And it is. He's been done there for a high shot. As well as his running being a little bit off after a couple of matches out, his tackling looked a little bit poor there, Phil.
That shot was directly on the chest, on the shoulder line. Ridiculous call there. He's seen the head go back, Robert Connolly, and just awarded the penalty because it's easy to do because it's Adrian Morley. Didn't even think about it, just went with his natural instincts, and that was disgraceful.
And there we see another mistake there. Penny didn't feel the pass from Blakely. I think the ball went forward. He overran Blakely's run. He stepped his man, but Barnhill clinged on. He was able to get the pass away, but the ball's gone forward. And that's allowed the Rhinos to feed the scrum through Sheridan.
This is Blackmore, the big Kiwi, powers his way through. Just short of the short 30-metre line here we have at Wilderspool. This is St-Hilaire coming in off the wing, usually at fullback for the Rhinos, but played in the wing last week and this. Jackson finds Fleary. Fleary goes straight through Nickow. Disappointing there from an international player. Didn't even get a hand on Darren Fleary then. This is Farrell. Nickow is there this time though, with Nutley. Messi played the ball, but it's okay, says Robert Connolly. Sheridan finds Morley. Morley looking to drive his way through. Eventually tackle put in by Nickow and Steve Blakely. This is Sheridan. Sheridan puts a little kick through. It's come off Langer though, and it's collected here by Warrington.
Cole up there showing good hands. Rhinos on the back foot. Langer to Hunt. Fends off Barnhill. Wants to get a pass away to G. Can't do so. The Fleary's come over the top and complete the tackle. Nutley eager for work. He's been one of the Wolves' best players so far this season. Langer switches play, finds Nichow, looks for runners. A good ball to Hunt. Looks a little bit dubious. Hunt straightens up, comes down centre field, he's through! He's through, Alan Hunt! Looks for support, there's no one there. And St. Hilaire comes over the top and makes the tackle. Good run there by Alan Hunt. Langer, little chip through. Can he make it? Oh no, it's just been scrambled clear there by Francis Cummins. A good set of 6 there by the Wolves, Phil.
Yeah, good set of 6 from both teams there. Defence from the Rhinos and attack from Warrington, looking for plenty of options there, putting the pressure on. A great break there from Alan Hunt, but Francis Cummins, one of the best defenders at fullback in Super League, and managed to get the tackle in.
Penny returns the drop out. It's put down by Powell and Barnhill. Looks for a penalty, he doesn't get it. No runners there for Farry, picks up and scoots. Makes a good 10 metres for the Wolves. G acting half, finds Langer. He looks for Knott. Comes inside, but Knott's brought down by Andy Hay. The Wolves now in the Rhinos 20 metre zone. Langer at first man again. Looks for runners, finds Blakely, he gets outside of Barnhill. Blakely finds the return ball. He tries to go through Jackson. Good hands by the Wolves. Are they in the corner? Yes, they are. Foster's in for the first try of the afternoon. And a great handling move there by the Wolves. Cummins tried to stop Foster with a high shot, but Foster's powered through, and the Wolves are in for a great 4-pointer.
Yeah, it was Powell that came across with the high shot. No intent there, he apologised straight away. Referee Robert Connolly recognising that. But good play there from the Wolves, managed to get the ball out wide, worked the offloads, and Blakely, a lovely run around the back, and managed to find the extra man outside in Forster. Warrington get the vital first score, and Leeds, this will be a test how they respond to this. 1 or 2 players looking just off the ball at the moment for Leeds. They need to get their minds on the game and make sure they get the tackles in first time and rock Warrington and put them back.
Clearly unsuccessful there with a conversion attempt. So that makes the score Warrington Wolves 4, Leeds Rhinos 0. There's going to be Francis Cummins to restart play for the Rhinos. Leeds still without their inspirational captain and ex-Wolves player, Yestin Harris, and also Barry McDermott, who's serving his last match of a 3-game suspension. Langer finds G. He's tackled well on the 20-metre line by Lee Jackson. Blakely, Nichow to Sibbett. Sibbett can't get out of the tackle though, Marcus St. Hilaire. He looks for a quick play of the ball but can't do so. Nutley straightens it up for the Wolves. Makes a good hard meters there, does Danny Nutley. Wolves use the short side through Nichow. A good ball to Guisey, but it's a forward pass. It's a forward pass there from Nichow to Guisey. And again another mistake, Phil.
Yeah, and it's something that coaches can't do an awful lot about. In training you don't get those sort of things, and yet in the games when the pressure's on, players just letting passes drift forward and could cost you vital yardage as well as points. Hopefully that'll be so for the Rhinos as Sheridan feeds the scrum. Quick play comes out to Powell. Powell has Cummins on the runaround. Cummins straightens up in the middle of the park, just short of the 40-metre line. Jackson finds Sheridan. Sheridan finds Powell. Powell is Blackmore outside, then comes to Senior. Senior bumps off Nichow. Jackson finds Morley. Morley over the 20-metre line, still going Morley, up to 15 away from the Warrington line. Great running there from the Great Britain second rower. This is Sheridan, he finds Farrell. Farrell caught there by Nutley and Farrer. This is Powell. Powell finds Hay. Hay runs straight at Alan Langer, but the little man reads him well and pulls him down to the ground. Barnhill dummies one way, then goes the other. This is the last tackle. What will Powell do? He puts a little kick through. St. Hilaire wasn't alert to it, and it runs dead, so it'll be tap on the 20. But Langer's down after running into Andy Hay. We'll see how serious that one is.
Yeah, that was a better defence from Warrington Wolves. They've got the second worst defensive record in Super League, just behind Huddersfield and Sheffield Giants. Langer's got to his feet, he seems to be okay. But they just seem to lack a little bit of cohesion there, Rhinos, on the last tackle. Barnhill looked for his runners. There was no one there in the open side. He's had to go to the short side, and there was only Powell there. So a lack of options there for Leeds. G. Offloads to Kolov. He's able to take it with one hand. Just about. But he's certainly well met there by Chev Walker. One of the rising stars in the game is young Walker. Nichow straightens up. Offloads to Blakely. Good support. Oh, Blakely's took a shot over the top there by Barnhill. And he looks to be down. He looks out cold. He's took a shot over the top and he's out cold, he's Blakely. We need to get the medics on quick. He certainly did take a shot there, Phil.
Yeah, Barnhill's missed the first tackle, and as he's turned to make sure the shot goes in, he's caught him just high on the jaw, and Blakely's down cold, and referee Robert Connolly didn't see the incident there. He's calling the touches in, so it's likely this will go on report.
Yeah, looks like he'll go on the report. But Nichow there. Characteristic short ball. A good offload to Blakely. He's got through. But Blakely was well and truly met by the Rhinos' defence. And the incident's actually gone on report. If it's warranted to go on report, surely it would have warranted a penalty. Phil, what do you think?
Well, he obviously hasn't seen the incident, Robert Connolly, so we'll see what he's going to say. He hasn't gestured across for a penalty at all. He's put the incident on report. But I think that could be a growing trend in the game. Referees putting incidents on report. We saw this week that players getting off with Dean Sampson. We saw last week against Henry Paul. That was seen as setting off sufficient. No game ban there. I think from a Leeds point of view, he'd be very disappointed if the judiciary took any action against David Barnhill there, following what we've already seen in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, in all fairness, Blakely looked to be going down there. He looked to step Cummins. He was going down, but Blakely swung, Barnhill swung the arm, and he certainly did connect with Blakely by the looks of him. I don't think he'll be taking any further part in this game. But it's now Leeds now to be able, in possession, and to put the Wolves under pressure. It looks like Breeze will come on to replace Blakely, and he's certainly no stranger to the standoff role. He'll be looking for a big game to answer his critics.
Yeah, Breeze is a very talented young player, and he'll be looking to make an impact now after Blakely taking his place in the side. So Jackson will play the ball. Senior's in at dummy half. So we just wait for Blakely. He's looking very groggy as he's helped off by two of the water carriers for the Wolves, going straight down the tunnel into the dressing room to receive a treatment from the doctors. This is Morley. Morley powers through G, and Nutley in there as well. Jackson finds Farrell. Farrell runs straight at Breers. This is Powell. Last tackle from Robert Connolly. We'll see. Question there, how many tackles in there? I think it was two before the actual shot on the hit.
Was there? I thought the referee there hadn't counted the tackles correctly, but Bill's put me right. The Wolves now in possession. Not drives it out. Is met by Barnhill and Fleury. G tries to run through Powell, but Powell stands his ground and makes a good tackle. Seems to have come on with age, does Darryl Powell. He's playing some of his best rugby with the Rhinos. Nichow again using the short side. Breers harassed there by the Rhinos chasers. Hilaire picks up, offloads to Cummins. Cummins put down by Langer.
Yeah, Cummins looking to step Alan Langer there, but couldn't get away. This is St Hilaire. He finds Chev Walker. Chev Walker looks to go through, but the front row of Warrington are waiting for him. This is Jackson, finds Hay. Hay just short of the halfway line and pushed backwards another metre. There's good defence from both sides we're seeing in the last 10 minutes. Really compact, no real space. You've got to create it, and that's what we like to see. Both teams stretched on defence and attack. This is Powell. Powell drives it up. And this is the last tackle for Leeds. They've made about 15 metres in this set of 6. This is Sheridan. He puts the kick in. It's a high one. It'll test Coe Love and Hunt. Morley's there as well, but Hunt takes it right out of the hands of Adrian Morley and collects it.
It was like a salmon out of water there, Alan Hunt. Fantastic take. But good pressure by Adrian Morley. The Wolves now, centre field on the 20-metre line. Langer to Knott, to Kovalov. Kovalov looks to offload, spins out, but he can't spin out of the challenge of Adrian Morley and Keith Senior. Knott. Nickow, that first man, looks for the runners, straightens up though, is met by Farrell. And is it Lee Jackson under there? Yes it is, it's last tackle for the Wolves. Morley looks to put Breeze under pressure. Breeze looks for the 40-20, he doesn't get it though. And Chev Walker picks up and runs straight at Kovalov, but he's well met by Kovalov and Hunt.
Great running there from Chev Walker, never shirked the challenge, came straight at Love and Hunt. And worked the ball well away for Leeds. It's Cummins. Now Jackson finds Hay. Hay wasn't expecting the ball, he was expecting a miss move and cops one for it. Jackson finds Barnhill. Barnhill has Powell outside him, but just drives up himself. Making good yards now, Leeds. Now they're putting the pressure on. Powell looking for runners, couldn't find them. And tackles in there and it's stripped out. Looked to be 3 players in the tackle there. Powell involved with Andrew G. Andrew G and Nickow and Fleary, and there's a right bunch up now. Barnhill's involved. Richie Blackmore's pulling Powell away, still going on Powell. Andrew G, no stranger, throwing a few punches this season so far. Farrell and Nickow out on the other side. Jackson pulling Nickow out.
I love that. Powell took exception at the challenge he received. And it was ding-dong, they were all at it on the halfway line. Like I said, there's plenty at stake in this game, Phil. There was certainly no love lost there.
No, there was all hell on there, that'll be an interesting one for the videos. And this will be going on report as well. The Leeds players can do well to remember they're 2 weeks away from Murrayfield. Any suspension might prevent them playing in that showcase final. Warrington, they're just fired up for it, and plenty of muscle there from G. It's something we have seen in this game throughout this season, where he has been looking to outmuscle the opposition. These Aussies come over and think they've got the weight, but he's taken on Darryl Powell there, who's giving him as good as he's got.
It was certainly a good set too. Looks to be putting G in the sin bin. He is, that's the Wolves' 4th sin binning of the season. But it looks like Darryl Powell's going to be joining him. And that'll be the Rhinos' 5th sin binning of the year. Or is he putting Powell in the bin? Yes, he is. Powell's going in the bin as well. Which way will the penalty go? The Wolves were in possession. The incident's on report. I think they're going to be busy, Phil, at Red Hall at weekend. And the penalty's gone the Rhinos' way.
As if they didn't have enough to do at Red Hall. They've now got a couple of people to go and see him on report. I'm sure they won't be the only ones from this weekend's footy. Now, Jackson finds Sheridan. Sheridan has Fleary outside him. Fleary goes through. This game's really boiling up now. Lee Penny looks to have a late shot there. This is Sheridan. Sheridan has Morley outside him, but finds Hay. Hay going round the back. This is Andy Hay. Andy Hay still going. Curry Love hanging on to him. Senior finds Morley. Morley, though, can't make it to the line. Diving pass there from Keith Senior. Now this is Sheridan. Sheridan fires it out wide. Finds Chev Walker. Chev Walker's collected, though, there by Curry Love and Hunt. Still tackles remaining for Leeds. Jackson finds Sheridan. Leeds need to keep their heads here. This is Hay. Hay looks to go around Nickow. Instead he offloads to Farrell. Last tackle now. Leeds 10 out from the Warrington line. This is Sheridan. Sheridan, little kick through, beats Langer with it. Penny collects and keeps Senior and Sheridan chasing his own kick. Good defence there from the Rhinos, keeping the pressure on Warrington, and Warrington have to drop out now.
Yeah, it was an exciting set of 6 there. The Wolves had to scramble to keep the line intact. And the Rhinos look to have the bit between the teeth now, Phil, with that set of 6. Certainly fired him up, that set 2 on the halfway line.
Yeah, it's certainly, if this game needed any extra spice, that's it now. See the forwards really going at each other now. You see some big hits now in the remainder of this game. We're still not halfway, and already it's building up. St Hilaire collects the dropout just over the halfway line, looking for runners, looking for a space. Collected there by Nutley. Jackson finds Morley. Morley, he'll be looking to impose himself on this game, will Adrian Morley, after 3 weeks out, suspended. Jackson finds Sheridan. Sheridan inside to Barnhill. Barnhill looking for runners. Big hit there by Danny Farrer, the former Warrington skipper. Jackson finds Farrell. Farrell runs straight at Nickow. Nickow collects him. 15 metres out from the Warrington line. Leeds will be looking to complete this set and keep the pressure on Warrington. This is Sheridan, ball in hand. Finds Hay. Hay dummies to Morley. Hay to the line. He missed it last time, but he was going to make the same mistake this time. He had his good mate Adrian Morley just outside him. He didn't need him. He dummied and went through, and Leeds are level on the scoreboard with the conversion to come.
That was a terrible mistake there by Ian Knott. Hay just hit him with a right-hand fend. It was just a simple one-on-one tackle, and he's ran straight over the top of Ian Knott there to bring the Rhinos straight back into the game at 4-all.
And just misses it to the left, so we stay at 4-all. And so it leaves without captain Iestyn Harris, the regular goal kicker. Kevin Sinfield also on the bench, so Francis Cummins has taken over kicking duties. Some calls amongst the Leeds fans for Francis Cummins to become the first choice kicker. Hard to believe when you remember that Iestyn Harris is just short of 1,000 points for the club in a little under 3 years. So Leeds, Sheridan controls it with his feet, finds Barnhill. Barnhill drives it up. Farrer in again on the tackles. He's doing plenty of work out there, is the Warrington hooker. This is Morley. Offside though, Warrington. Adrian Morley takes the quick one himself. Oh, he's almost been planning that one from the stands. Still going up to the 40. Great running there by Adrian Morley. Jackson goes to short side, then decides to go the other way with Senior. Senior powers his way off. Still going, Keith Senior. Ian Knott missing tackles. Still for the Warrington defence. This is Fleary. Fleary slips as he goes into the tackle. Might want to get some longer studs in them boots, Darren. Now Sheridan fires it out wide to Hay. Hay out to Morley, out to Blackmore. St Hilaire collects it. Did it go forwards? Yes, says referee Robert Connolly. And so Warrington will get head and feed.
A let off for the Wolves there in that set of 6, Phil. Blackmore would have taken that ball. He surely would have been in for the Rhinos' second 4 points of the afternoon. Looks like the Rhinos are making a change here, Phil.
Jamie Matthew returning after 2 weeks out with a rib injury. Darren Fleary off to the bench. Jamie Matthew always raises the tempo when he comes on. Such a good ball handling prop, the former North Queensland Cowboy. So Warrington have the ball and come away, and Hay has to put the tackle in along with Senior.
The Wolves need a good set of 6 here. Langer to Knott. Tries to go through Matthew, but he makes a tackle. Farrer to Nickow, looks for runners, straightens up himself. He's put down by Barnhill though. All offside there, the Leeds Rhinos, and Breers looks for a quick tap in his way. Lee Breers, oh, surely that's a head eye there by Cummins. He slammed his man down to the floor, but it's with a flat palm of the hand there. And Langer takes a quick tap now, and the Wolves have got the Rhinos in the back foot. Cole tries to step Senior, he can't do so.
Leeds there need to keep their discipline. Francis Cummins barely caught the player, but the referee giving the penalty, and now they're coming up Warrington. The ball's coughed out there by Nutley, and Anthony Farrell now powers his way up. Big hit there on Nutley.
Oh, there's a big shot there by Adrian Morley. It looked like Nutley was going down. The referee stopped the play, but Nutley seems to be okay. He shrugged the water carriers off. He said, leave me alone, I want to get back into it. He's got the chance now, but Morley's gone through him. He's gone back for more as Nutley, but Morley's made good yards.
There's nothing like Adrian Morley to make a man mad. This is Matthew. He drives over the 40. Big hits from Adrian Morley there. This is Barnhill. He's no stranger to those, but Farrer equals in kind. It's a man's game out there today. This is Sheridan. Sheridan looking for the 40-20. Could this be it? Could this be the holy grail Leeds have been chasing all season? No, it's going to drop into the in-goal area. It's even going to run dead as well. So a good kick there from Sheridan, but couldn't get to the touch.
Some great shots from both sides, Phil. I'm glad I'm stood up here with you. They're certainly putting the bodies on the line. It's great to watch. Foster, he's put his body on the line for the last 20 years. Doesn't have a sponsored car, he has a sponsored Zimmer frame. Not, straightens it up, tries to go through Jackson, but Jackson holds on. Langer looking to impose himself on the game, he finds Nickau. He in turn finds Giese. Gets a good quick play of the ball, but the Wolves can't get to it because of Blackmore. Nutley, down the middle for the Wolves. Runs round Jamie Matthew, makes a good 20 metres. The Rhinos on the back foot now. What can Langer do? He goes to Nickau on the short side. He finds Giese, but he's well and truly wrapped up by Blackmore. Last tackle. Langer at first man. Finds Briers. Gets the ball round there, round the back. To Knott. Skolov looks inside. Fantastic tackle there. Is it by Anthony Farrell? Fantastic covered tackle there by Farrell.
Yeah, great stuff there by Anthony Farrell. Never gave in. This is Senior powering up to the 20-metre line. Keith Senior quickly winning over the Rhinos fans this season. There was some doubt over him at the start, but he's putting in the big performances and winning fans over, as is this man, Adrian Moore, who's been a hit ever since he pulled on a Leeds shirt. This is Matthew, just short of the 40-metre line. Jackson finds Blackmore. Blackmore, skidding on the turf. Seen a lot of that in this first half. This is Sheridan. Sheridan kicks over the back to turn Hunt and Penny. The ball still bouncing. Will it go into the in goal? It will do. Will it run dead? It will do.
Yes, something that we've seen a lot of in the Aussie game there. Hunt put his foot out over the dead ball line, and then he had 1 foot out and 1 foot in and slapped the ball into touch. So the Wolves have a 20-metre restart. Langer, long ball to Sibby. The Wolves get on the outside of the Rhinos. Good 20 metres there for the Wolves. Quite an expansive game. Surely that's lying on, but no, it's not been given. Sibby to Giese. It's put down though by Barnhill and Jamie Matthew. Nickau. Dummies. He's well and truly tackled though by Morley. And a good shot there by Morley. Langer. Good long ball there to Sibby. Tries to go over the top of Sheridan but can't do so. This young guy is his third start at centre for the Wolves and he's doing well. Farah drives it up like a front row, gets the ball away. Nickau again, the Wolves getting away. No, long ball to Hunt. He decides to come infield, straightens up. Tries to get through Barnhill but can't do so. Slash tackle. End-to-end game, a great half. Langer takes it to the line, steps 1, steps 2, gets the ball away to Sibby. He's in! He's in! A little bit of magic by Alf there. And the Wolves are in for the second 4-pointer of the afternoon. Who was saying Langer wanted to go home? Great piece of magic there by Alf. A great try there, Phil.
Oh, you can't give class players like Alfie Langer that sort of space and time. Always world class. Alfie Langer's been there, done that. Tackles came in, but there was a man wide open on the outside, and with the players returning from the sin bin now, Powell and G, as Briers looks to take the conversion. And he's successful, and so it gives Warrington a 10 points to 4 lead.
Looks like Sinfield's replacing Anthony Farrell. No, sorry, it's yep, it is Anthony Farrell. He's gone into the second row, and Sinfield's gone to loose forward. Oh, is it in? No, it's not. Terrible mistake there by Ian Knott. Terrible mistake. And again, there's a little bit of fireworks. Sinfield had hold of Alan Hunt. He's took a little bit of exception to that. Both sides are fired up, but another poor mistake by Ian Knott, Phil.
Yeah, Warrington just need to keep their cool here. You're going to see the touchdown. I don't think there was anything in it. And Hunt's just got all hot under the collar. They've made the mistake there of Warrington, and they're not going to get the ball back by faffing around like that. So Sheridan has the ball. Sinfield finds him. He goes out wide to Cummins. Cummins skips through one tackle, but he's brought down 9 metres out from the Warrington line. Jackson finds Sinfield. Sinfield drives it up. It's a forward pass to Sinfield, but again they're going in there. But it is a forward pass. Kevin Sinfield thought he'd done all right, but no, head and feed to Warrington.
Yeah, Sinfield, great, another great talent that Leeds have. Great youngster coming through. He's hit that ball like a rocket, but just slightly forward by Jackson. His timing's just a little bit out. But Sinfield certainly focused on a quick play the ball. He still played it even though the referee's whistle had gone. Foster receives some heavy treatment there from the Rhinos defence. Great tackle. Nutley tries to take the Wolves out of the 20-metre zone. Can't do so. Farah to Knott. Great tackle there by Senior over the top. Nickow. He's had a great first half so far as Nickow. Again looking for support. Nobody there. Knott. Well and truly met by Morley with the help of Lee Jackson in his last tackle for the Wolves. Farah goes himself, puts a little kick in behind Walker, but Walker fields it. Looks to bring play centre field for the Rhinos and does so, but he's met by G, who's back on the field now.
Good turn and run there by Chef Walker. This is Cummins in at dummy half, finds Powell. This is St-Hilaire looks to go around the outside, but again slips on the turf. Makes it, the ball's popped out though. Referee says that it was reefed out there by Warrington. There were two players in the tackle. If there was a hand in there, it would have been a penalty. I think it was Forster that... he's Forster out on the wing holding his arm, but he's waving away the physio. He's going to try and shake it off. This is Matthew. Matthew runs straight at him. Good run in there by the Leeds prop. If you see a weakness in the team, make the most of it. Sheridan inside to Barnhill. Barnhill, though, can't get off the tacklers who are waiting there for him. Nutley and Farah. Farah's done a hell of a lot of work in this first half. Must be the Wolves' top tackler so far. This is Jackson. Jackson goes down the short side, finds St-Hilaire. St-Hilaire 15 metres out from the Warrington line. Tackles to spare for the Rhinos. This is Sheridan. Sheridan finds Powell. Powell has Morley and Sinfield outside. I'm going to go himself is Darryl Powell. He's 7 metres out from the Warrington line. It's the last tackle. What can Leeds conjure up here? Sinfield finds Sheridan. Sheridan, little reverse kick through. Penny collects, but he's not going to get out of his in goal because Chev Walker and Keith Senior are waiting there for him.
Yeah, good short kicking game has been shown by Ryan Sheridan today. And again now, Leeds getting another deal, another set of 6. And they'll be able to put the Wolves under pressure. Last time they did this, they ended up with a 4-pointer, Phil.
And they'll be looking to do the same to readjust the balance. We can't be far off half-time now. This is what I imagine will be the last set of 6. Hay collects it. Just over halfway. He's up to the 40, just coming up to the 30 where he's eventually tackled and dumped down onto the ground. Jackson quickly in at dummy half. Ball to Sinfield. It's behind him this time so he can collect it. On the 20-metre line, Jackson finds Sheridan. Sheridan has Powell outside him. Powell inside, dummies inside to Cummins, but he's eventually wrapped up there by Langer. And Knott. Morley in at dummy half, fires it out to Barnhill, but Barnhill couldn't collect. Adrian Morley do well to leave dummy half to the dummy halves in the team.
Yeah, it was a poor mistake there by the Rhinos. They had the Wolves on the back foot. But Gise tries to clear his lines for the Wolves. Farah to Langer, to Knott. Finds Cole Love. He tries to step Senior. He does so, but Morley doesn't miss the tackle on Love. Good cover tackle there by Morley. Nutley makes the hard yards for the Wolves. Breers looks to put the kick in. Does so. Is it a 40-20? I don't think it is. Well, it's just gone out in the in-goal area, so the play will be restarted from the 20-metre line by the Rhinos.
Yeah, it's well outside of his 40 there. I think with the seconds ticking away in this half, he was just trying to create a problem in the Leeds defence. This is Barnhill. Barnhill spins out of the tackle of Farah and eventually brought down.
Certainly no love lost between Farah and Dave Barnhill. I wonder if there's something there from Australia.
Certainly two very experienced Australians there. Jackson finds Sheridan. Sheridan has Matthew, misses him to find Powell. Powell misses out Hay to find Blackmore. Blackmore inside to St-Hilaire. St-Hilaire does well there to drag himself away from touch, but they're pulling him over there. Richie Blackmore trying his best to keep his teammate in field, but to no avail, and so Warrington will have head and feed.
Yeah, it was great character there by Lee Breers. Blackmore put him down to the floor with a great fend, but Breers dusted himself off, got up, and was able to add his weight to the tackle and push young St Hilaire into touch. Langer to feed the scrum. Finds Penny. Penny tries to hit and spin on Powell, but Powell makes the tackle with the help of Cummins. Langer looks for runners, there's no one there. He finds Coelho. Again, he steps off that right foot, but he's put down by Morley Senior in Sinfield. Not. Well and truly met by Jamie Matthew. Nicow takes place centre field, brushes off one, he's got G support, finds it, can Andrew G make it? He's for the line, he's over! He's over! The big fella GG! And there's more fireworks behind the line. Jackson missed a tackle there on Nicow. He ran over the top of him as if he wasn't there. I thought he had the blinkers on Nicow, but he's seen GG. He gave the ball, and then GG showed a great turn of speed there for a big fella. He's over for a great 4-pointer just before half-time. Poor mistake there by Jackson.
Yeah, there was nothing on there. Nicow runs straight at Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson hits the floor.
Takes a step back breeze and addresses the ball. Kicks it comfortably over. Adds the extras. That makes the score. Warrington Wolves 16, Leeds Rhinos 4. Certainly what Leeds didn't want just before half-time, Phil.
No, killer blow there from Warrington. But again, we saw some afters at the when the ball was touched down. Now, Robert Conley has to get a grip of this game. He's bringing in Lee Penny and Andy Hay, but he has really struggled to get hold of this game from the moment that Steve Blakely was walked off, and it's always been looking at the ball over. We've had two players in the sin bin, but unless he gets a grip of this game soon, it could really deteriorate into just a scrap out there.
It's like Mortal Kombat out there. Everybody's putting the bodies on the line. Both sides dying for these 2 Super League points. Penny. Tackled by Powell with the help of Richie Blackmore. Wolves taking the time to get up. Giese straightens up, is met by Barnhill with the help of Jamie Matthew. Nicow looks to go over Jackson again. He can't do so that time. Lee Jackson puts a good shot on him. Farah scoots, goes down the middle, makes a good 10 metres from acting half. Breers just kicks it into touch, tries to run the clock down just a little bit more. A good kick there by Lee Breers. Something the Wolves boss Darryl van der Velde was very critical of last week, as the Wolves didn't complete the sets of 6 with a kick in touch just before half-time, and that's when the Wildcats scored. Let's hope we don't see a repeat now.
Well, Leeds will be hoping lightning strikes twice. This is Senior, bounces off the tackle of Love, but he's brought down on the halfway line. We are in stoppage time in this first half. We've had the injury to Steve Blakely and also the big fight in the middle of the field, which took some time to resolve and hasn't been resolved just yet. And so Barnhill's tackled, and that is half-time, and Warrington leads 16 points to 4. And I imagine that Darryl van der Velde will be much the happier coach going into the dressing room.
Yeah, I think he will. It's been a major arm wrestle all this first 40, Phil. The Wolves are just on top. I'm sure we're going to see plenty more from the Rhinos and the Wolves in the second half, and I can't wait. Well, I'm sure both sides will come onto the pitch now for the start of this second half, with the words of wisdom ringing in their ears from the coaches. The Wolves can control the sets of 6, have a good kick chase game. I'm sure they can eventually run out winners in this match. But it looks like the Rhinos have made a couple of changes, I think, at half-time. Dean Lawford's on. Looks like he's on for Lee Jackson. So Lawford's come on. He spent last season on loan at Huddersfield Giants. And the mighty Atoms about to restart play. For the Rhinos, he kicks deep to Langer, and he feeds G. G goes through Morley. Can't go through Kevin Sinfield though. Penny tries to step Blackmore, but he makes a good tackle. Nutley uses the short side, met by Andy Hay. Breers looks for the 40-20. Will he find it? No, I don't think so. The ball holds up, it gets another run. Cummins has touched it. Can they put him in touch and goal? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And a bad mistake there by Cummins. They let that ball roll. I think it had gone into touch in the in-goal area, Phil. Don't you agree?
Well, it's a tough one to call, but certainly Cummins had to make a decision. That was the problem there. He didn't make the decision. He let it roll and then went to catch him before. When he actually made the decision, it was too late, and Warrington were there ready for the tackle.
The Wolves have also made a change at half-time. Rope has come onto the wing in place of Mark Foster. He took a knock in that collision with St Hilaire. Nutley takes place centre field, 30 metres out. Breers inside to Nickow. Finds Breeze again. Looks to have come off Sheridan. Has it touched Sheridan? Yes, it has. The Wolves have used that move successfully against the Bulls. But it didn't work well there. Look. Langer feeds the scrum. Finds Breers, who in turn finds Penny. He tries to step his opposite number, Cummins. He can't do so. Langer finds Knott. He uses the short side. The Wolves now attacking the Fletcher Street. Sinfield controls the play of the ball well, much to the dislike of the crowd. Nickow straightens play over, he's put down by Jamie Matthew. Wolves looking for an early score. Langer to Knott. Steps, finds Cole inside, gets round Morley to Penny. Tries to hit and spin through Sinfield, but he can't do so. Good cover defence there by the Rhinos. Langer, no, comes to the short ball like a prop forward, does Langer off Farah. I'm sure he's not relished that. The Wolves cough it up.
Crazy, you've got 12 other players out there that can run that ball up. He wouldn't give it to Alfie Langer to do. His job's in creating it there. Shouldn't really be running balls up, but that's Leeds' gain. He knocks the ball on, and now Lawford gives it to Barnhill. Barnhill changes direction twice there on his run up, and so was slow when he actually got to the tackle and was brought down quite easily. This is Matthew. He dummies, but eventually brought down by G. Just short of the 40-metre line. Lawford looks to go himself from dummy half. He had Morley outside him. He's brought down by Nutley. Matthew finds Sheridan. Sheridan out to Hay. Hay dummies inside to Blackmore. Did it go backwards? No. Blackmore's hand come onto it. And so Warrington get head and feet again on the halfway line.
Another silly mistake there by the Rhinos. We've only just started the half, and although they're behind on the scoreboard, there's no need to force a pass like that from Andy Hay to Richie Blackmore. Poor mistake there by the Rhinos, and I'm sure Dean Lance won't be happy at that. Breers, dummies Penny, finds Love. He tries to get on the outside of Chev Walker, but can't do so. A good tackle there by the youngster. A little bit of afters again. Breers has to calm Love down. Still in the half-time break, hasn't stopped the aggression or quelled it between these two sides. Still plenty of fireworks out there. Farah to G, takes the play up centre field, dummies Nickow. He's well tackled though by Dean Lawford. Langer inside to Nickow. Stands in the tackle, can't get the ball away though. Slash tackle. Langer puts a little chip in, opposite way. There's no one there though, and Lawford gathers for the Rhinos. 20 metres, centre field. Cummins looking to come away. He's brought down there though by the Warrington defence. This is St Hilaire. He looks to scoot away, but he's brought down as well. Made 5 metres on the charge. Referee Robert Connolly needs to get a grip of this game. Early in that set of 6, Corey Love just taking wild swings at Chev Walker. And if he doesn't get a grip of this game, the players will sort it out themselves. This is Morley. Morley tries it up. Looks to get the offload, but he's brought down
Short of the halfway line, Leeds last tackle, Sheridan puts the kick in, he's turned Penny, Penny collects it on his own 10, eventually lets it bounce twice before he does, but Morley's in with the tackle along with Powell.
Yeah, the ball took a wicked bounce. Hunt off his wing, tries to give the forwards a break. Maybe a hint there of obstruction, but the referee hasn't blown for it. Farrer to Langer, to Not dummies. Surely he should have given that ball, but the Wolves control the set of 6 well there. Well done, Ian Not. Farrer looks for runners. Again decides to keep hold. Good play there, Danny Farrer. Langer to Not. Oh, nearly through Sinfield. Sinfield just ankle taps him. Last tackle. Langer pressured by Dean Lawford. Puts the kick into the corner. Will it bounce this side of the flag? No, it doesn't. Play will be restarted by a 20-metre tap.
Good defensive set of 6 there from Leeds. Kept Warrington in their own half. And eventually the kick from Langer went dead in goal. And so they'll have the tap on the 20. Leeds need to get the score board rolling over in their favour. They need to pull something together. They're looking very nervous out there. You think if they can just get one score, that might be the catalyst. This is Sinfield. He's looking to get it up to the 40-metre line. But to get that score, they're going to have to put more pressure on Warrington than they are at the moment. This is Morley. Morley up to the halfway line. This is more like it from Leeds. Lawford in at dummy half. Finds Matthew. Matthew dummies to Barnhill, but he's brought down 45 metres out from the Warrington line. Messy play the ball there from Matthew. Sheridan finds Hay. Hay has Blackmore outside him, but he's brought down there by Sibbett. This is Sheridan. Sheridan runs through, puts a little kick through. Can Lawford collect it? Oh, knock on there from Dean Lawford as Lee Penny was charging up. And so they come away with it, Warrington, through Roper.
Let off there for the Wolves. No, can't give in. It was a scrappy play the ball. Good offload there by Nick out to Gisey. Tries to go through Dean Lawford, but he's tackled with the help of St. Hilaire. Surely a bit of messing in to play the ball. They all look offside there as well. Oh, the ball's gone through hands. Has it bounced? Fortunately for the Wolves, it has. Hunt tries to go round Chev Walker, but can't do so. Good tackle by the youngster. Coelho to Langer. Again, he's got no runners there. He won't relish having to take the ball up in that situation, will Alf. Farrer scoots. Wolves look a little bit disjointed on attack. Centre field, 40 metres out, last tackle. Breers scoots out from acting half. Not. Gets the ball away, but Sinfield regathers. A scrappy play there by the Wolves in that 6.
Very alert there from Kevin Sinfield. And now the offload to Cummins. Cummins to the line. Is he going to go? Still going, Francis Cummins, eventually brought down by Lee Penny. 2 players colliding, trying to get the tackle there earlier. Now the ball, get it out wide, Dean Lawford. This is Powell. Powell out to Sheridan. Sheridan finds Hay. He's round the corner of Blackmore. Blackmore brought down but not held. Still the tackle not made. Hay finds Sheridan. Sheridan finds Powell. If the Rhinos can work this, they'll get a score here. But Powell's brought down 5 metres out from the line. Lawford in at dummy half, finds Sheridan. Sheridan has Matthew outside him. Goes for Sinfield. Sinfield powers his way to the line. Kevin Sinfield, what a try. And he gets it. The youngster come on as a replacement. It was his break initially upfield that's created that. The power of the young man stretching to the line and getting the Rhinos back into this game.
Yeah, the Rhinos had numbers there on the Wolves. There was 2 down in back play. The Wolves had clinged on for a couple of sets of tackles, but they couldn't do for the full set of 6.
It's vitally kicks this one. Comes round the corner. Firm contact. It's gone high. Has it gone through the middle? It has. And so it's 16 points to 10. The Rhinos back in this game. One score short. They've now at least looking more alert, looking more sharp. Sinfield and Lawford. Robert Connolly telling the players to quicken up the play of the ball, no messing around. He will start penalising. It seems to be the signal he gave Dean Lawford to pass on to everyone. Blackmore comes away with it. We haven't seen Blackmore against Nickow yet. That'll be fireworks when that happens. No love lost between those 2 players. Andy Hay. This is Lawford, finds Matthew. He's certainly injected a bit of pace since his arrival in the game, Jamie Matthew. Lawford Lawford scurries from dummy half, finds Sinfield, still going Sinfield. Oh, great play by Kevin Sinfield. Looking for runners now. Lawford finds Powell. Powell runs straight at Lee Penny and offloads to Barnhill. This is more like it from Leeds. Barnhill to Sheridan. Sheridan inside to Hay. Hay looking for the offload. Still goes himself. Take the tackle, Andy. That's the way. Last tackle it is now for Leeds. Looking for options. Lawford goes to the right. Sheridan puts the bomb up. St-Hilaire's chasing. He collects it. We're looking to drag him in goal. Sheridan and St-Hilaire. Great play there by the Rhinos. Great stuff. Sheridan chasing his own kick. He really has. His kicking game's come of age today.
Yeah, it was good defence there from the Rhinos. Good set of six, followed by a good kick chase. The Rhinos have certainly got the Wolves on the back foot here. We need the ball desperately, do Warrington.
Now Leeds in the first half had 2 dropouts to contend with, but knocked on with one of them. They'll need to complete this set of 6. Make sure they keep the pressure on. That's what it's all about, pressure football. Now Morley over the 30, takes a big hit from Curry Love, but still keeps going. And is eventually brought down 28 metres out from the Warrington line. Lawford finds Matthew after dummying into Barnhill. Matthew still going up to the 20 metre. G in on the tackle. This is Sheridan. Sheridan finds Powell. Powell finds Cummins. Cummins has Blackmore outside him, but eventually takes the tackle from Sibbett. Now this is St-Hilaire. He finds Andy Hay. Andy Hay drives it straight up the middle. Good run in there. Guisset in on the tackle. Lawford finds Sheridan. Sheridan kicks to the corner. Walker and Senior in the chase. Walker's still going. Gets the ball out to Senior. Oh, and he's brought down. Another set of 6 from Leeds. Morley driving up to the line. Keep your heads, lads. This is the way. We've got plenty of tackles spare on the Warrington line. Lawford finds Sheridan. Sheridan out to Powell. He has Blackmore outside him, but it finds Cummins. Cummins dummies to Blackmore, but eventually takes the tackle himself. Richie Blackmore finds Andy Hay. Andy Hay, slow ball now, but Hay drives it up. Guisset in on the tackle with Knott. Now Sheridan, long ball out to Sheridan, dummies. This is Sinfield looking for his second of the game, but he's brought down, and Leeds are just going from side to side here. They're making no real penetration. Lawford finds Sheridan. Sheridan steps out of the tackle. Langer in on the tackle. High shot, as we see in the first half, so rightly a penalty awarded to Leeds.
Wolves are certainly under pressure. They're on the back foot. They're going to have to do the 4th consecutive set of 6 here if he could kicks to touch, or will he elect to go for goal? Pressure certainly on the Wolves. They're clinging on for dear life. Sheridan's got a tap.
This is Morley. Morley drives it up. Leeds need to get the score now after neglecting the 2 points from the penalty. Sheridan pushes it backwards, so the Rhinos have lost 10 metres there. But they've got the ball, that's the all-important thing. Lawford, inside to Barnhill. Barnhill juggles with it first time, still going David Barnhill. 12 metres out from the Warrington line. Leeds need to get the score here. This is Matthew. Matthew dummies. Skids into the shins of Danny Farrar. This is Sheridan. Sheridan finds Powell. Powell out to Sinfield. Sinfield has runners. That one of them's Blackmore. Blackmore pushes it out. St-Hilaire dragged in a touch. There's the attempt from Warrington, but he's brought down. So it's the last tackle. Blackmore finds Hay. Hay out to Powell. Powell to Lawford. Last tackle still for Lawford. He finds Sheridan. Sheridan puts a little kick through, but there's no Leeds chasers. Hunt knocks it back to Penny. And so Warrington will have the ball.
Great excitement here at Wilderspool. There looked to be nothing on for Sheridan. He put the kick through. Connolly's ruled offside. Hunt fumbled. Penny took an acrobatic take. And a great round of applause there for the Wolves. Breeze clears the line, and the Wolves get the Rhinos out for 4 sets of 6. Listen to that roar. Come on, Warrington. Farrar to Nutley. Breaks through one. He can't break through the second one. Nickow takes it to the line, makes the hard yards. Farrar in acting hard. G to settle play for the Wolves, looks to offload. It's tackled by Hay. Langer takes it to the line. Great ball to Knott. He can't get it away. Cole Love would have been in. He couldn't get the pass away though, could he not? Langer in an acting half. What can he do, the little fella? Finds G. In turn finds Langer on the run around. He steps one, steps two, straight for the line. Oh, he's held up just short. It's Alan Langer. Slash tackle. Follow to Breers. Oh, it's recovered by Chev Walker. Good play there by the youngster. And it's now with the Rhinos through Morley.
Frenetic stuff now from both sides. Good play there by Chev Walker. Kept his cool for a young man. This is Matthew. Matthew's made a break. Jamie Matthews surely isn't going to go length for the field. No, he's brought down by Penny, just short of halfway. The whole place opened up there for Jimmy. And still going now. It's Warrington's turn to drop off the tackles. Sheridan looking to get the ball away. This is Hay. Hay gets the ball out to Blackmore. Blackmore comes back inside looking for a gap. G in on the tackle. Offloads out to Hay. Hay. There's a hand there from Warrington. There was a hand there from Nickow. Oh, he's saying it went backwards. Not very likely.
Hey, again forced the pass. Why did he do that? I just don't know. The Wolves now forced the play through Sibbett and Breers. And a bit of a facial there from Flaherty. Surely the touch judge could see that. Gee whiz. Roper straightens play up. Tries to run over Lawford but can't do so. The little fella stands his ground. Langer to G. Centre field. Short ball to Nutley. Bit adventurous there by the Wolves front row. But it's paid off. Centre field. 30 metres out. Langer takes it to the line. Finds Knott. Not well tackled though by Morley. So the ball stationary. I'm going to see a high kick. Langer puts it up. Breeze is under it. Finds it, no. Centre left takes it, is he away? No, Gisay brings him down. Great excitement.
Centre layer very nearly away there. Great take from the high ball. Ball ripped out there. Oh, come on, Breeze. Let's have a chat to the referee and give us another 10 metres. You ripped the ball out, you know you did. And then he decided to have a chat to Robert Connolly about it.
Poor discipline there by the Wolves. They look to have made a change. James is on instead of Nutley. And Fleary's back on for the Rhinos as well.
It's Farrell that's back on for the Rhinos. This is Barnhill. Barnhill shrugs off Nickow. Just short of the 40 metre line now for Rhinos. This is Farrell. Drives straight at Gisay. And Sibbett in the tackle as well. Now this is Sheridan. Sheridan finds Sinfield. They're out of the line quicker, Warrington, but Sheridan has the ball. Sheridan looking for runners. One of them is Matthew. Matthew just drives it straight up the middle. Calming things down for the Rhinos. Doing the right thing. Now Lawford inside to Barnhill. Barnhill still going. This is Morley. Morley offloads. Oh. Langer gets a hand on it and knocks it forward, so it'll be another set of 6 for Leeds. Sheridan finds Sinfield. They need to keep their heads Leeds here. Still Sinfield going. Eventually brought down 19 metres out from the Warrington line. Lawford finds Farrell. Farrell driving up the middle. Good work there from the second rower. And offloads to Lawford. Good run in here from Dean Lawford. Looking to have a big impact. He was great on attack last week against St Helens in patches. Defence was suspect. This is Morley. But he's having a big effect now, is Dean Lawford from dummy half. This is Sinfield. Sinfield out wide to Hay. Hay has Cummins outside him, but he's brought down on the 10. This is Blackmore. Blackmore out the back door to St Hilaire. Still going Marcus St Hilaire. He finds Andy Hay. He finds Matthew. Matthew to Farrell. Farrell to the line. This is Lawford. Lawford brought down by Langer. 2 metres out from the Warrington line. Matthew finds Sinfield. Sinfield kicks through. Breeze collects it. And collects it on his line and does well.
End-to-end stuff here. Great play there by Breeze. It's one-on-one. Roper loses it, but he regains it, does he? He does his back to one. Gee whiz. He lost the ball one-on-one to Blackmore. Sibbett, it's a can't play down for the Wolves. Matthew over the top for the Rhinos. Chambers, his first drive of the afternoon. Takes place centre field. He's tackled by Lawford and Barnhill. Farrell to Nickow. Nickow to Knott. To Cole Love, he's on the outside of him. Hunts into ball. Finds Hunt. Hunt chased by Walker. He's in. He's in. Alan Hunt. Alan Hunt is in. Great play there by the Wolves. Great play by the Wolves. Great hands and listen to that Fletcher Street roar. Yeehaw! The Wolves were able to get on outside of the Rhinos. Great play there. Great ball by Love. Good break. Fine hunting support. The old fella still shows he's got back to pace.
And it all goes back to that ball down here. Robert Connolly deemed it hadn't gone forward. I'd like to see a replay of that one. I can't understand how a player going forward with the ball in his hands, the ball then goes forwards, how that isn't a knock-on.
But I think it all stems in a way as well from Tawera Nikau. He certainly had more of an impact in this game with his handling skills. He's had a big game as Tawera. And it looks like Blackmore's leaving the pitch for the Rhinos. He's going off. Can't see who's replaced him yet. Breeze comes up, adds the extras. Makes the score. Warrington Wolves 22, Leeds Rhinos 10. And it's Leroy Rivette who's come on for the Rhinos. He's got onto the wing. Cummins has moved to centre. And St Hilaire's gone at full-back. Certainly plenty of time for Rhinos to get back into the game, Phil, though.
It's going to take a massive effort now from the Rhinos. Lawford kicks off. It's collected by G in goal.
G makes a good 15 metres, but he's well tackled there from the Rhinos through Kevin Sinfield, who's had a great game since he's been on at Sinfield. Farrell comes over the top, makes a tackle on Chambers. Wolves look for a 40-20. Does Breeze get it? Will it run? I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure he's got that. I think he has. He has, right on the line. As if he's measured the kick to perfection there, Lee Breeze. He's got a great 40-20. So that'll be a big feature of the Wolves game this season. Last year, Breeze had the most 40-20s in Super League. I think that may be his first one of the season so far. But the Wolves now have another opportunity now in the Rhinos 20. Colo steps Sinfield. Still going, can't get the ball away. Cummins is over the top. Guise, he's had a good game as the Frenchman. It's tackled by Fleury though. Langer, short ball to Nikau. Gets the ball away to G. Gets it to Hun. Is he in? Yes, he is. Alan Hun in for his second try of the afternoon. Great play by the Wolves. And how about that pass from Andrew G? Great hands from the big fella. And the crowd's gone wild. Great play by the Wolves. Silky ball handling skills. Breeze, a difficult conversion from the touchline. Strikes it well, keeps it low, just across the face of the posts. Now makes the score. Warrington Wolves 26, Leeds Rhinos 10. That try there by Alan Hun was his 9th for the season. Langer takes it, feeds Nikau, he goes through Morley, goes through Farrell, goes through Jamie Matthew, goes through Barnhill, but he's finally stopped by the 5th Rhinos player, Andy Hay. Farrer scoots on the short side, tackled by Morley. G takes play to centre field, nearly into the Rhinos half of the Wolves. Langer misses out Chambers, finds Breers, who finds Sibbett. Sibbett met though by Leroy Rivette, his first touch of the afternoon. Roper takes the play up hard and strong into the Rhinos half. Last tackle. Langer to pull the kick in. Kicks it into the pocket. St Hilaire back there. Ball's gone out though. A little bit too much on it there by Alf.
Yeah, so Leeds will have the ball on their 20-metre line. Constant pressure there from Warrington. Did well there on attack. Leeds now have to redress the balance, get back into this game, at least get a score to make this interesting. This is Senior. Senior looks to go round. The ball's taken out there, and again territory is handed over to Warrington on the Leeds 40.
It's a despairing dive really by Alan Hunt, but he got a one-on-one and Senior. And the Wolves have come up with the ball and the Rhinos are on the back foot again. G looks to offload, finds Penny. Penny's through, steps, he's over! He's over Lee Penny! Great try! Oh, he must have been watching the starlights before work like that. What a try by Lee Penny! Great ball by Andrew G. Have we signed this guy as a prop forward or as a half-back? He certainly showed some great handling skills out there this afternoon. Great work by the Wolves, and now the floodgates opening. That try there by Penny takes the score to the Wolves 30. Leeds Rhinos 10. The key feature, I think, of the game compared to previous weeks has been the Wolves' defence. Breeze adds the extras, but the Wolves have only conceded 2 tries so far today. Let's hope it stays at that. I'm sure the defensive coach Paul Cullen will be delighted with the effort from the Wolves when they've not had the ball in the hand.
Yeah, when you think back to those 3 sets of 6 Leeds had inside the Warrington 20, marvellous defence shown by the Wolves, and really they've come off the back of that and scored these 3 quick tries, but it comes back from then when Leeds spurned the opportunity to kick and actually ran it inside the 20, and Warrington's hard work then is now paying off.
Great collision there between Nichow and Morley. I'm sure we'll be seeing that in this year's World Cup between England and the Maoris. Busby's on the pitch. He's come on for the Wolves. He's replaced Ian Knott. Wolves maybe look for another 40-20 through Langer. It's a good kick. Will it take the wicked bounce? No, it doesn't. Walker takes it. Looks to straighten play up and go round G. Doesn't do so. It's well and truly met by G.
Calm play there by Chev Walker. Turned his back and rang through. Matthew off now. Darryl Powell back on for Leeds. This is St Hilaire. St Hilaire looking for a half break. Just opened up for him, then closed straight away. Ball's come out again. And now Breers has the ball. Breers back inside to Roper. Tackled by Cummins and Rivet. Don't know what happened there. Ball's popped out from St Hilaire.
Wolves on the attack again. Sibby looks to add his second 4 points of the afternoon. Can't do so. Farah to Langer. Bad ball there. Terrible ball by Langer. G puts it down and Morley's away. He puts his head back. But Penny's chased back there. But a good run by Morley.
Now Sinfield out to Farrell. Farrell finds Senior. Senior pushes off Corey Love. Looks to come back inside. Langer. The ball pops out again. It's like a bar of soap with Leeds at the moment. They can't hold on to this ball. Chev Walker has hold of it. And so Lawford finds Sinfield. Sinfield to Barnhill. Barnhill drives it up the middle. Lawford finds Sheridan. Sheridan has Hay outside him, who has Cummins in the centres, but just takes the tackle himself. No real urgency about the Leeds play. Sibbett in on the tackle there. This is Sheridan, finds Powell. Powell skips and looks to go himself, but Sinfield overruns him. And so 22 metres out from the Warrington line. Leeds have the ball. This is Sheridan. Sheridan dummies the kick. The ball comes off the foot of Knott, is it, for Warrington. They collect it.
Yeah, the ball took a deflection off Nick Allen. Langer's dropped on it, showing his commitment to the cause, putting his body on the line there was Alf. Farah keeps hold. Chambers perhaps queuing up now for this next drive. No, it's Roper. He's off his wing. Eager for work is John Roper. Tries to go over the top of Lawford but can't do so. Looks for a quick play the ball. Does so. Langer takes it to the line. Finds Hunt looking for his hat-trick. Gets it off no to Cole Love. Inside to Langer. Langer well tackled though by St Hilaire, but he's still going as the little fella. He gets the ball. Great ball. Penny puts the step on Barnhill, but Barnhill makes the challenge. Good tackle there by David Barnhill. Nichow puts a little chip through to Kesey. It's over. Yeehaw! Can you believe it? Everything the Wolves do this half has turned to gold. Just like the Spandau Ballet song. Everything's turned to gold and the Wolves are in for their 8 4-pointers of the afternoon. Superb.
Put some things together and get it sorted, and then next week when they play Huddersfield Sheffield at Headingley, look to turn a corner of their own. But as it is, everything's gone right for Warrington today. Not knocking them for that. They've worked hard in defence, and when Nickow starts putting little grubber kicks through, you know it's not going to be your day. But great play by the Wolves and good stuff on attack.
Yeah, come back to what Phil said a couple of minutes ago. The Wolves had to do 4 consecutive sets of 6 to keep the Rhinos out. They did so, and then from the next set of 6, the Wolves scored, and it looks to have really took the gas out of the Rhinos, and the Wolves since then have never looked back. G's got off the field. He's been replaced by Danny Nutley. G's had a fantastic match for the Wolves this afternoon. Nutley here, keen for work, well tackled over by Andy Hay. Breers looks for another 40-20. I don't think he'll make it. Chev Walker's back there. He gathers, straightens up, tries to go through Coalove, keeps hold of the ball in the process, and good running. He's had a decent game, Walker, this afternoon, Phil.
He certainly hasn't done anything wrong down that wing. Hasn't let himself down at all. Done really well, Chev, especially under pressure. Centre layer now from dummy half. Looks to get away. Nutley and Farrer in on the tackles. This is Morley. Morley drives through. Those Leeds fans that remain in... this is Powell. Powell has Rivet outside him. Tries a little kick through. Can Barnhill collect? And did he get the touchdown? No, says Robert Connolly.
Perhaps that sums up the Rhinos' afternoon. At critical stages, the bounce of the ball's just not gone their way. Like when Sheridan put it on the foot before. He hit a couple of Wolves players and ended up in the hands of Alan Langer. And there, Barnhill just couldn't get the bounce of the ball. Gise it is now, though, for the Wolves. Nickow queuing up for the next drive. He takes it up, looks for support play. Nobody there, though. Decides to keep hold. The Wolves look to shut up shop. Langer puts the chip in. Taken though by Senior. Takes it, tries to step Farrer. Gets the ball away to Andy Hay. Hay to Powell. It's well tackled though by Gise, who's come off. Come from the short side and sniped Darryl Powell there. Morley. He's had a decent game as Morley, Phil.
Yeah, he's certainly looked sharp since his return from suspension. But it's a scoreboard where everyone's performances will be judged, and it's 38-10 to the Wolves. Farrell drives it up over the 30-metre line. Lawford finds Morley on a short ball. Morley powers through and offloads again to Lawford. This is good stuff from the Rhinos now. Barnhill looking for runners. Gets pulled down 20 metres out from the line. Hay to Cummins. Cummins comes back inside, but Breers goes high on his collar and pulls him to the ground. Last tackle now for Leeds. Sheridan has it. Sheridan goes high. Ball drops for Breers. Breers looks to be running away. Brings it inside, but centre layers in on the tackle.
Good play there by Lee Breers. Roper settles it down for the Wolves with a good drive there by John Roper. He's looked keen for work since he's come on. Busby steps off the right, straightens play up, gets a bit of a facial for his troubles off Barnhill. Farrer uses the short side, he's through, is he, Danny Farrer? There's no support there. Flaherty clings on for dear life. Langer takes it to the line, finds Nutley with an inside ball. He's put down there though again by Anthony Farrell, not Flaherty, sorry. Good long ball, it's out to Sibby. The Wolves are over. Simple try, great hands there by John Roper. And I just say, Phil, there, total lack of commitment from the Rhinos defence. No inside slide.
No, the ball's come out wide there, and they've gone over. And I mentioned when Warrington scored those 2 quick tries that the Leeds heads couldn't drop. They had to keep going. We didn't want to see a result like last week.
He does so. Great conversion attempt there by Lee Breers. That makes the score Warrington Wolves 44. Leeds Rhinos 10. And the Rhinos, for the second week in succession, took a hell of a beating. And there's the final hooter. And that's received by a magnificent round of applause by the Wolves faithful. And a bit of booing from the Leeds end. Where do Leeds go from here, Phil?
Well, back to Headingley next week, play Huddersfield, Sheffield Giants, and that's as simple as it's got to be for the Rhinos. This week they went back to the drawing board after a hammering by Saints. Saints were in top form. We've come to Wildersport today, a side that haven't won a game since the opening weekend of the competition and been beaten 44-10, following on the back from a 42-8 loss last week. There needs to be problems, they need to be sorted. Huddersfield, Sheffield next week, and then Murrayfield the week after against the unbeaten Bulls. There's a problem, it needs fixing, and the players know within themselves that they have got that task in their hands, and that's exactly where they're going to have to go from here.
Well, a big tribute must be paid, I think, to the Warrington faithful. They've stuck by the side during these hard times, and they've turned out with nearly 7,000 here today. Great effort there from the Wildersport faithful.